Oh, jeez, Manga Palate. I am like, I look. All right, we do this show where we decided to go with alternating ideas. It's like you pick a week, I pick a week, yada yada yada. And I picked a show I really really like, Danshi Koukousei no Nichijou, and I am Pastissier Luna, and my co-host here, Manga Chef Isaiah. Please, please tell them how much you enjoyed this show.
It was like a punch to the past. I really like it.
Right?
Like how exact it was about the high school life.
So Danshi Koukousei no Nichijou, for those of you who can't translate that, it's the daily lives of high school boys. And I think we're biased because we were high school boys at one point, and this is the realest fucking show ever.
So many points I was like, yeah, I did that.
Yeah, and a lot of scenes you're like, oh yeah, those are me and my dickhead friends when we have nothing better to do in an afternoon. Oh, okay. So before we just go on about how like it's the vignette kind of thing, this show aired from January 10th, 2012 to March 27th, 2012. It's opening, and I want to say this for me. It's by this band called Mixed Speakers Inc. It's a visual K band. The song is called Shiny Tail, and fucking alright, look, I want to say this about Mixed Speakers Inc. They were underrated. And you know why I say that? Because Mixed Speakers Inc. broke up like 3 months ago. Like,
Jeez.
Mixed Speakers Inc. had been putting out like mini albums, EPs, and singles till 2013. Then they stopped. No one heard shit from Mixed Speakers Inc. They still toured, but no one heard anything new. And then, like, January of this year, they were like, hey, so February 25th, 2018, we're done. And I'm like, no. Oh, no. Oh, Mixed Speakers Inc. Visual K is a genre of music that requires an aesthetic along with actual musicianship. And Mixed Speakers Inc. was amazing because they like to dress up as fantasy monsters and shit. Like a dude would have elf ears and gills and like neon green hair. Like it was some wild shit. Oh, poor Mixed Speakers
is
Inc.
really good though.
It's such a great song.
Like I found myself like replaying it.
Yeah.
Just for the song.
Like it's catchy. Fuck. They're dead. They're so dead. They died like 4 months ago. They're dead. This is sad.
2013 to 18.
Well, no, a little bit earlier. It's like 2008 to 13, and then nothing, and then 18. They're like, yeah, all right, we give up.
So it's basically 2008 to 13.
Essentially, yeah.
Okay.
They toured, but like all they ever did was play their old stuff. Yeah. Also, the singer actually said when they wrote the press release, he was like, yeah, and I'm not joining any other band. Like I'm out of the business now. I'm done. The guitarist and the bassist are like, we formed a different band. We're fine. But like the vocalist was like, yeah, I'm done with the industry. Fuck it, I give up. I was like, Jesus Christ, sad. Dude. Yeah. So that's that. So this show, do you want to say what the first fucking thing on this show is? Let's talk about that. The first fucking thing that happens in episode 1 and how it's the best thing ever.
Okay.
Come on. No, do this for me because that's not the rest of the show. It's just the one bit. That's what amazes me. The part where
he stole the underwear, right?
No. The actual first thing. Where they're leaving their house.
Oh, and they think it's like a
yeah.
School.
Go for it.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Okay. So,
Holy shit, it's so funny.
So yeah, they're like this whole like confession scene, like, oh, I've already got the courage to act out this.
No, god damn it, Isaiah, you're doing the first regular thing from the show. So the thing is, the first episode opens with a bit that never goes anywhere because fuck you, that's not what the show's actually about.
That's what I'm saying.
They're leaving their house, and like one of them is eating toast, and then he looks at his friend is eating curry, and then his other friend goes, yeah, you guys are stupid, and he's eating fucking soba. And then like fucking like Zaku's come down, blow up buildings, and they go, what the fuck is happening?
Oh, I forgot about that.
Book drops over, and then they open the book, and goes, what's happening? He goes, an adventure begins. Because this show is produced as a combination of Square Enix and fucking Sunrise. And Sunrise is known for doing Gundam, and Square Enix is, I mean, come on, like Final Fantasy, among other things. Final Fantasy. And like, as soon as that goes over, he goes like, no, that's not what the show's supposed to be. He goes, it's not. He was like, no, it's supposed to be like a day-to-day high school regular life thing. And I go, that's fucking lame. And then the show starts. One of them actually just straight up says, that sounds fucking lame. Oh, man. And then the part that you're talking about. So, honestly, Danshi Koukousei and Nichijou would be too much to describe if we're just talking about every little thing that happens. It's much easier to just knock out the couple of things we like the best. But in essence, it's a show about 3 guys going through their day with their friends. They go to an all-boys school, so they're not used to talking to girls. And it's just dumb bullshit that high school kids do.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Except for the part where he like steals the underwear. Like, I don't think people do that.
Yeah, but you say I don't think people do that. I think we didn't do that.
I think most high school
Or what
guys
is it?
don't. Okay.
Yeah,
Maybe.
yeah.
I don't know. Maybe in Japan.
I don't know, man. Like, maybe assholes are assholes. You're forgetting. They're not exactly, like, super normal. They do really, really outlandish shit. Like, they cheat at games with each other for no reason. Or are we not going to talk about Mitsuo and his supposed secret technique, which was, I hit a post here so I can cheat at soccer.
Yeah.
Oh, what a noble hero.
And then he's been practicing for 2 years.
Yeah, he's practiced his cheating thing for 2 years. What a hero. He said,
Still
I
got
locked it.
blocked.
He still got blocked every single time. And then he just picked it up and ran into it. He's like, I should just give up on soccer. He joined the rugby team later that week. Poor Mitsuo. Alright. So, honestly, do you want to just, like, toss out some of the ones that you like the
Sure.
best? How much of the show did you watch, anyway?
I got up to 9.
Okay. So, go ahead.
But,
You know-
let's see. I like the literary girl. Like, every scene of her
Yasan?
was really funny.
Everyone with Yasan is good. Yasan's great.
I like the part where it's just a loser. Like, she just, loses
Or she's
more
stumbling
notes.
on shit?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That's, oof. That was hard. Hard to watch. And then she's just crying.
Yeah.
She's just crying. And you know what? Hidenori just goes, you know what? It's fine. It's fine. This is who we are.
And then it ends with him standing up and knocking her out.
Knocking it.
And he's like, oh, this is
Yeah.
not okay.
I gotta go. Alright. So, did you see how, like, he leaves her the jacket, and then, like, a couple of episodes later, it's cold, and he's like, I forgot my jacket with her. And he leaves her a note that says, hey, could you please give me back my jacket? That's it. He refuses to look at her. Okay. So, yeah, you like Yasan. Anything else?
I like the part with the middle schoolers. They were just on the bench, and you see these like middle schoolers talking, like super excitedly, and they start making up the lines of what the middle schoolers are saying.
Ah, yeah. Well, like, they basically were dubbing over what they thought people were talking about. I don't know if you've ever done that. I do that a lot. Like,
Yeah, I
I'm
used to
bored.
do that.
Yeah. Like, I'm bored, and I'm seeing people from a distance. Like, man, I'm just gonna make up my own little story as to what's happening there to entertain myself. But they were, like, doing it together, and then also making up really dumb bullshit as it went along.
And then they were just like staring at them. They're like, "Oh, what are these guys staring at?" And then they
Yeah,
got really
eventually-
sad.
Eventually, they realized they probably see us staring at them and probably going like, "Oh, those guys look gross," and then they're like, "Oh, I said that about myself now."
I think you wanted to talk about the cell phone list, right? When
What?
they're trying to find what's her name? One of the sisters of boyfriend, and he went
Yeah.
down his list.
Yeah. Okay. The cell phone thing was like really good to me. So there's a scene where Yoshitake's older sister is sort of like really really bummed out, and she pulls Hidenori's older brother and goes, "We're going out now." And he goes, no." And she goes, "Yes." And then they go, "Hold on. Can I just ask you a question? Would you really kiss this guy?" And she goes like, "No, fucking loser." And they're like, "Yeah, we have to find her somebody." So Hidenari's older brother is just like scrolling through his phone, and he goes like, "We should. Do you think that guy's good?" He goes, "No, that guy's a pervert." And he's like, "All right, how about that guy?" He goes like, "That guy's also a pervert." He goes, "How about that guy?" He's like, "Yeah, that's a pervert." And he goes like, "Do you have any friends that aren't perverts?" And then he just looks at him, and he goes like, "Yeah, okay." And then it pulls back and goes, "Does it really matter? I mean, I don't feel like it really matters." You're like, yeah, it probably doesn't matter. They call one guy and go like, "Hey, do you want to go out with this high school girl?" He's like, "Yeah." Is she cute? And then they just stop, and they look at each other, and then he goes, yeah." And they look back at Yoshitaka's older sister, and then they go, "What does she look like?" Because a thing about Danshi Koukousei and Nichijou is they never really fucking draw girls' faces.
She
Because
has no
who
eyes.
cares? Who
Yeah.
cares? Who actually cares? You don't matter. You're like just kind of around. So I have a question for you. Did you watch after the credits or no?
Sometimes.
Okay, because every single one was a one of the girls.
Oh, really?
Uh, yeah. After the first one, it's all about the girls, and I fucking love those bits. I love those bits a lot because so like after the credits, there's a version of the show. There's a little like a 2-minute thing where they show high school girls talking about how upset they are that the high school boys got a TV show.
Really?
And they just look at each other and go like, "Man, this is some bullshit." They're like, "Yeah, I mean, like, girls are always doing stuff like fucking playing in bands," and like just start making fun of like actual moe kind of shows, like K-On! And shit. And they go like, "Yeah, guys are depressing. Guys don't do shit." And they're like, "Yeah, why the fuck did they get a show?" And they just like go nuts on each other. And then like they'll go over next door, and you remember Toshiyuki, the guy with the hat, Karasawa?
Yep.
Yeah. So they go over. Apparently, he's next door neighbors to one of them, and they like start yelling at him through his window. And he steps out and he's like, "Hey, go fucking die! Yeah, why are you so garbage?" And then he just looks at them, goes back inside. He goes like, "Don't you fucking leave!" And he comes back and he like pulls out candy and he just throws it on the ground. And they just go, "Candy!" And then just completely forget about what the fuck they were doing and start scarfing it down and making like animal noises. And the third girl that's hanging out with them goes over and goes like, "Guys, what the fuck is wrong with you? What are you, animals at a zoo?" And then they start growling at her. She goes, "I'm not gonna take your candy. What the fuck is wrong with you?" And it's just, it's so good. All of those things are really good. But like, yeah, there's a lot of bits in this show. I really like Ringo. Like Ringo's fucking every time she shows up, it's a show.
She has
It's
a
a
superiority complex.
Yeah, she has like a weird superiority complex, but she's also like hugely insecure because like the fucking student council guys are just the best guys ever.
And she's like not aware of things either.
She's dumb
Like
as hell.
most situations.
So do you want to talk about the time that she thought she was supposed to mug a guy, or that time
Yeah.
that they were looking up her skirt? You know,
Those
let's
are
do
both
both.
good.
Let's do both. So
Okay.
the first one is so the guys kind of it's okay. The student council guys don't look like normal guys. They look kind of like aggressive, like they're part of a group or like delinquents or something. Especially the vice president. The vice president has like really deep tan and beach blonde hair, and like he's like has a deep masculine voice. So like, what happens is they go up to her. They're like, "Hey,
They
can
use
we
it like
like
all
a
the
ladder?"
time too.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I love the fucking student council guys. They're good. But like, yeah. So they go over to her and they're like, "Hey, can we borrow a ladder?" They're from opposite schools, mind you. They just have had like festivals together and hung out, like the two schools, and this as a result, the two student councils have to know each other. So go, "Hey, can we borrow like a ladder from you guys?" And she goes like, "Why would I lend you a ladder? Can't you just like go get one?" And it's like, "Yeah, but like we would have to requisition money, and then we have to get the money, and that would take too long, and we need the ladder for just like a day. Please, like, come on, no." And so they follow her into an alley. They're just like begging her, please just stop. Just give us the ladder. It's only for like maybe even a couple of hours, not even a day. Please. And she goes like, I don't know. And the guy shows up, and he sees them, and he thinks to himself, "Oh, I bet they're accosting that girl. They might like either sexually assault her or mug her or something." And they see him, and he goes like, "Hey guys, can you leave that girl alone?" And they look at each other, and they just all agree, "Oh, I understand what's happening. He thinks we're going to attack her." But if we admit that all of this is a misunderstanding and we know her, he'll be horribly embarrassed because he just tried to make himself look like a hero, and that's a real douchey move. So how about instead we pretend to be the monsters he thinks we are, so that way he doesn't seem like a loser. So like the vice president goes over and goes like, "What the fuck did you just say?"
And then they all get beat up.
And Motoharu and fucking Kanosama come in behind him like, yeah, what you gonna do? And then he just fucks them up, like, instantly. And, like, it shows their, like, thought process, like, ow. Oh, jeez. Oh, man, that hurt. And then, like, they're on the ground, they're like, okay, so all we have to do now is pretend we're knocked out. And then he'll walk away with Ringo and it'll be fine. We did it, guys. We did it. And then Ringo looks at the guys on the ground and then looks at the other fellow who just came in to be a hero. And then he goes like, so... yeah, would you like me to make sure you get to where you want to go? And she goes like, and the guys look at each other and they're like, Ringo, this is the easiest part. What are you doing? Why are you fucking this up? She's like, I don't like, you dumb bitch! I hate you!
And then he hits her on the butt or something.
Well, no, it's because first she's going to say, hey, actually, like, I know these guys, and before she can get that sentence out, he kicks her in the ass. And so they go like, shut up, just go. And then she looks at him and goes like, huh, oh, I get it. And then she turns to the savior, like grabs him by the collar, goes, the fuck you want? And then they just go, you ruined it. All of this was for nothing. All of this was for nothing.
How does she not? Alright. She doesn't get it at all. Like,
well, she's like really dumb. Yeah, I mean, like, that's kind of what makes her really fun. That you could just stick her into the situation. It's like, yeah, no, she works. She's might as well be like an actual apple. She's dumb as hell. But like, so then there's the second one where like the vice president is talking to Motoharu, who I think is like the treasurer or something. And it's like, hey man, what's going on? He's like, so like I was going up the stairs at the train station, right? He's like, yeah. He was like, and I saw up a girl's skirt. He was like, okay. And he goes, I just felt like horribly guilty, which is super fair and reasonable. That makes a lot of sense because it's like, I didn't mean to do that. I feel like now I seem like I did something intentionally, and even then, I've invaded someone's privacy. Like, you just did a wrong thing. So feeling guilty is normal. But fucking Motoharu just goes, what's wrong with you? What are you, a pussy? Come on. Like, that's not... You can't actually feel guilty. I was like, dude, of course I do. What, you're saying you wouldn't feel guilty? He's like, no, I wouldn't feel guilty. I was like, shut the fuck up. Yeah, you would. He was like, no, I wouldn't. He was like, you know what? How about we do something? And I was like, are you, like, alright, what do you mean? And they go, how could we get a girl who's dumb enough to accidentally let us see up her skirt? I got it! And then they call over Ringo. And they go like, hey.
Oh, you know what the worst part was? Each time. Okay, so they tried to set the router to a really high position, like on top of the library, but she didn't get it like for an hour.
Yeah, it took her like 40 minutes to figure out that it wasn't. Yeah, so they call her over and they go like, "Hey, our internet isn't working. We're like super not good with computers," which is ironic because another school called them over to fix and set up their internet connection. But hey, that's a different school. Fuck it. Ringo wouldn't know. They're like, yeah. And she was like, huh. Okay, let me look. And then it's not even plugged into the thing. Like the little router.
Minutes to figure out it's not
it takes her fucking over half an hour. And then she goes like, it's not plugged in? Are you guys fucking retarded? Which is like, are you retarded? It took you 30 minutes to figure that out.
I love they were doing the SpongeBob thing for that. The cutaways for like 30 minutes. That was great.
Yeah. Like just 30 minutes later, as you watch the clock like just circle. But yeah, so then like they go, where's your router? And it's like, oh, you mean that thing? Like pretending they don't even know what a router is. I was like, come on, guys. I mean, you're lucky she's that stupid that she falls for that. But yeah, and they point to the router that's like above on a bookcase, like you said. And then they pull out a step ladder. She goes up the step ladder, and while she's trying to finagle it, the student council president, the vice president, and Motoharu all go under and look up her skirt. And then there's just that horrified moment where, like, you watch their eyes go wide, and they go like, oh, God, this is fucked up. we shouldn't have done this. This is fucked up. And then they're like, back up. And then like when she fixes it, she goes like, yeah, well, you guys can't rely on me for everything. But she says it in like a confident way, like, yeah, of course you need me. Fuck you. And then she like walks away. She walks away. And they're like, thank you. They say it really hard. And she leaves and they close the door. And then like the vice president looks at Motoharu and goes like, all right, man. So what you think? And he was like, heh. He just puts his face in his hands and goes, we're monsters. What the fuck? We just took advantage of a really stupid girl. I've done something I can never forgive. I can't ever take that back. He collapses on the ground and the vice president goes like, yeah, man, now you know. And like Motoharu just continues to scream and then he goes like, alright, I think you're kind of overdoing it. And a little text box pops up that goes like, and Motoharu didn't come to school for 3 days. Because that's how guilty he felt. Oh, fuck! That's so good.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Okay, now it's basically a bunch of things like that, like guys goofing off with each other. Like I think one of my favorite ones is the hot dog, where like Mitsuo is eating a hot dog on a stick, and then like the little hot dog piece comes down, but it's the part that's at the tip. So because it was on a skewer, like the little sharp part is sticking out. So the guys try to catch it because they're like, oh, I don't want my buddy's food to fall on the ground. But it continually stabs them in the hand. And they just keep, like, trading off of each other person trying to catch it and getting stabbed in the hand. Till at the end, one of Motoharu just slaps it the fuck away. And when he slaps it away, it hits Ringo, who just happens to be there, in the face. And it rebounds and it goes into, like, the back of a guy's jacket. He goes like, oh, what the fuck is that? Oh, is it a bug? And he just pulls it and just throws it. Throwing it once again with the sharp part going forward, it stabs the guy in the stomach, and like 4 or 5 people just collapsed because of one fucking thing Mitsuo did, and it finally lands on the ground, and Mitsuo just picks up the hot dog and eats it anyway, and everyone just looks at him like, "The fuck did I do any of that for? Why? If you were just willing to eat it off the fucking ground, why did I get stabbed? Why did he get stabbed? Why did that girl get hit in the face? What the fuck, Mitsuo?"
I feel like that's most of their like jokes. Like pointless bullshit that we don't have to do.
But that's what I mean by like that in turn is what makes it so real.
Yeah. Like in the beginning, one episode was like him just reading a book. I'm like, really? That's actually nothing.
Yeah, he's just reading a book, and then the girl comes over and goes like, "Hey, I guess we're gonna have a moment." He goes, "I'm just reading a book. I don't know what the fuck you thought."
Like in the very beginning, I think he was just lying down and reading a book.
Oh no, that's episode 4.
Yeah.
I have something about that. Okay. So before I get to that thing I want to talk about, I want to get to one other thing. So this show is produced by Square Enix, and the studio that I went through was Sunrise. And I don't know if maybe it's because it was 2012, or maybe it's because nobody was around, or maybe it's because it's Square Enix and Sunrise and NIS, like TV Tokyo and like Happy Net Pictures and so many other people got behind this thing. Every person is on this show. Everyone is on this show.
That's good.
And that's kind of what I want to talk about. No, I mean like, alright, so check this out. Hidenori is voiced by Tomokazu Sugita, who was the lead on Kanon. He played Joseph. He played like Joseph Joestar from fucking JoJo. He played Kion from Haruhi Suzumiya, and he's Gintoki on Gintama. Yoshitake is voiced by fucking Suzumura Kenichi, who was Shin from Gundam Destiny, Okita on Gintama. He's the lead. He's Junpei from Ichigo 100%. He was Hikaru on Ouran High School. Like, what the fuck? Okay, and then Tadakuni. Tadakuni's based by Irino Miyu, and that dude was Sora.
Oh.
And he was Haas from Spirited Away, the dragon guy, and he's Todomatsu, and he's fucking Senna from iShield 21.
Jeez.
Okay, and that's just the main 3 guys. I have like the list of everyone else who's like, oh, hey, you know that side character? Yeah, guess what? That was a fucking person. So we were talking about Ringo, right? Mm-hmm. Ringo's voiced by Aoyuki. You recognize that name? Remember that name? Yeah. Yeah, motherfucker. Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Holy shit. Jun Fukuyama, remember that guy who was like, "Oh, hey, do you need help?" The guy who was helping out Ringo.
Hmm.
That's Jun Fukuyama. Why? Why were you here for this 3 minute bit? For what reason?
Um,
What the fuck?
I don't.
And then,
Why?
do you remember? Yeah, do you remember that time when the guy was like hanging out with his little sister and she didn't have her glasses on and they thought, and Hidenori Yoshitaka thought she was glaring at him, like it thought it was his
Yeah,
girlfriend.
it was squinting.
Yeah, that was also Jun Fukuyama.
Why?
Yeah, why? Okay. So do you know their teacher, right? The female teacher that was yelling at them about like making jokes and shit.
Yeah, and then they didn't do a joke, and she got mad.
Yeah,
and just
yeah.
left.
Fucking I. Okay. The teacher is Kotono Mitsushi, right? Mitsushi. And that might not be a name you know off the top of your head. That's fucking Usagi Tsukino from Bishoujo Senshi Sailor Moon. The lead girl, you know, the blonde girl, the one who's actually Sailor Moon?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's her.
Uh.
And she was Misato from Eva. You know, the older lady who like takes care of Shinji at their house? Yeah, she was both of those people. What is she doing here?
That's a good question.
For who? What the fuck? Oh man, like, all right, so that's Jun Fukuyama. All right, do you remember the tan girl who was like who drop kicked Hidenori?
Yeah,
Yami?
and they were like
Yami?
cousins. Yeah.
She's his cousin, right? Okay, she's Chika from Genshi Ken. Her name is Kaori Mizuhashi. She's Minami from Bakuto Testo, and she's Ogi from all those Monogatari shows.
Oh my.
So like all of those are real things. Like what the fuck? All right. So like Yoshitaka's older sister, right? The girl we were laughing about, like how she needs a boyfriend and all that shit. All right, she's voiced by Ami Koshimizu. Do you remember that name?
No.
Okay, cool. That gives me that's fucking Ibuki Miyoda from Danganronpa.
You know what? I never played the Japanese.
Hold on. That's the modern voice of Mai Shiranui from KOF. She's Yukiko from Persona 4. She was Ryuko Matoi, the lead in Kill la Kill, and she was Himari from Omomori Himari, and that's also she was one of the female leads in Dog Days, which had 3 seasons. And you know who else she was? Do you remember? Shit. Do you remember in Kaminomi the second season, the first one, the Karate Girl?
Yeah.
That's her also. Whose name eludes me right now. Okay, Tadakuni's little sister, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's Ayahi Takagaki. She holy shit. She did Kunieda on Beelzebub. I know that's the first thing you would remember.
The one with the umbrella.
No, that's Hilda. Also, she was on this show. No, that's different though.
Oh my god. Are you serious?
No. Do you remember the? Yeah. Do you remember the? All right, so you didn't watch the girls segments at the end of the show, right? Because there's that one point where there's like an older girl who's like, "You girls, we need to see how girly you are. Don't fuck this up."
I saw the
and she's like,
Butler.
"Yeah, exactly. That was the first one.
Yeah.
That was the first one." Well, no, she's in a bunch of the other ones. Like, so the that older girl was Shizuka Ito, who is Hilda from fucking Beelzebub. She was also Hinagiku, one of the female leads. Well, the female lead, I would say, from Hayate, the Hayate Butler thing. Which that had like 5 seasons, but that show lived forever.
Where's all
I
this
can't.
money coming from?
That's what I'm saying, but like I think it's because it was Sunrise and Square Enix, and it was 2012. Like fuck you guys, just show up. Come here. But Ayaki Takagaki, she was Felt on Mobile Suit Gundam 00. She got really big because she did Deltora Quest as Jasmine. She was Yui Goido from Kaminomi, like the girl who decides I'm gonna dress like a dude. Remember?
Yeah.
She was Ora Kanako from Sayonara Zetsubo Sensei, which that's mostly for me. But like that lady also got work. And she's Kunieda from Beelzebub, who is the leader of the female gang, the Red Tails, the girl with the Shinai.
The one that was like never reveals herself.
Yeah, has a crush on him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's her. And like, oh fuck, and like even the one shot goofy people that you don't really fucking think about. Like I said, the teacher shows up like 4 times maybe total. Amy shows up in that one episode. Amy shows up in the one episode. Like what the fuck? Okay, and for the 3 main girls that are like hanging out in the back and the all little segments, Ikushima, which is the girl with the twin tail, she's voiced by Saito Chiwa, who I know you remember because that's Kokoa from fucking Rosarios of Empire.
Why?
Yeah.
This is my question for all this. Why?
Yeah, fuck, I don't know. She was the lead character in the Keroro Gunso show. She was in Deers. She was in Kamichu. She's in Jigoku Shoujo. What the fuck else? She was in a lot of things. I'm not kidding. She was in all those Nanoha things because she was one of the girls. She was in Kano-kon as Akane. Like this girl got work. Oh, you know what? She's Stella in Arakawa Under the Bridge in both of the seasons, and like that, I fucking love that show, man. Saito Chiwa, this lady gets work, and she was Asahina in the TV show for Danganronpa. I don't think she was in the game though. At least I don't remember. But I'd have to listen to it again because it's been a while since I played the first game.
Is there any other side character?
Oh, no, I'm not fucking done.
Oh.
How about the other girl, the one who's called the Arc Daemon, was voiced by Yukana, and Yukana's one of those people that likes to go by the one name thing because she's an actual singer, and she also voiced Cecilia Alcott on Infant Stratos, and she's Kale in the new Dragon Ball show. She's C2 in Code Geass. She's Mei Ling in Cardcaptor Sakura. Oh man, that's another one. That's like, oh, what? Why are you here? What? I forgot. The only one that I remembered off the top of my head was that Yanagi is voiced by Kobayashi Yu. Like the first time I saw before we rewatched the show, I was like, oh yeah, I remember Yanagi was Kobayashi Yu. I fucking love Kobayashi Yu because I follow all her work. It's great. I love her voice acting. It's hysterical. She's like really emotive. But like, yeah. And the girl with the dog is Ayaka Mori, who was Tama-chan in one of those jewel pets in Bimbo Gamiga, and I almost got her confused with the one of the girls from AKB48 because she has the same exact name, but no, different girl. And yeah, man, like I could just keep going because almost everyone on this show has had real work. Oh, you know what? The vice president, right? Hiroki Yasumoto. He was Chad on Bleach. And he was Oliver in Nodame Cantabile, which that's for me. But you know what we remember him for? He was Zundar, the fucking hedgehog from Binan Koko Chikyu Boy Who Love.
Really?
Remember the hedgehog?
No.
Dude, do you not remember Binan Koko, the show where the boys are magical? And they had their friend?
Yeah, I remember. Oh yeah, okay, I remember the hedgehog. He was like,
yeah.
I will rule the world in the coffee
cup.
cup.
Yeah, in the coffee cup. That's Zundar.
Oh, why?
He was Zundar. What the fuck? Yeah. Like Yuki Ono is Karasawa, and Yuki Ono would become Josuke later. He was also Hori on fucking Gekkan Shoujo no Zaki-kun. Yeah. That's the name of the show. I was trying to remember the name of the show because I remember the character more. He was also in Ace of the Diamond. He's in Medaka Box. He was in Kimi to Boku. He's one of the leads in Kuroko no Basket. And we remember him best as Josuke. But yeah, it's fucking Yuki Ono was Karasawa. The guy with the hat because he had a scar. Like, almost everyone in this show was somebody. Even Nago. Like the girl who was like, oh, I look pretty in the convex mirror. Like, Nango is Junko Minagawa, and then she was Cornelia from Code Geass. Everyone was somebody. There's not a single person. I think there's not a single person here who didn't work at least once before and after the show. Oh, you know what? Matter of fact, Yasan, right? You said you really like Yasan. Yeah, that's Hikasa Yoko.
Mikasa Yoko. Sounds familiar.
Okay, she was in Rokubu. She was the Hoki Shinonono in Infinite Stratos. She was in Junko in she was Mio on K-On! She was Junko in Demon King Daimon. She's Mio and I already said that. She's the lead, the girl in Seitokai Yakuin Damo. You know the dark hair girl, Shino, the actual president.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Hikasa Yoko. Um, she voiced Nanako in Aku no Hana. She's Kirigiri. So yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
jeez.
yeah. I mean, like when I say everyone here was somebody. She's the vampire in from Jitsu Watashiwa. I can't remember her first name, but her last name is Shiragami. Yeah, I mean, she gets work. She's everywhere. She's the lead in high school.
Have that many voice lines.
Yeah, that's what I mean by like fucking no. Yasan barely talks. Yasan mostly just makes noises like like she doesn't fucking talk.
She just laughs.
Yeah, that's what I mean. But like, she doesn't really talk, and she's fucking there.
Okay,
So
whatever.
you said episode 9. Was that the one? Was by then? Is that the time that fucking Yoshitake runs into that girl who likes to sit away from people, is like sitting on a train, and she gets up and goes like, "Fuck you." Did you see that yet, or no?
No.
There's a thing in Danshi Koukousei and Nichijou where it's like there's this girl who she's constantly like whenever a guy sits anywhere near her, she gets up and walks away so that the guy goes like, "Oh, did I do something? Oh, fuck!" Like, so they feel bad and shit. And then Yoshitake sees her and he goes like, "You know what? Fuck you." So he starts following her, like going really hard, and he like she moves over, and then he moves over closer. And he's like, "What the fuck?" She gets up and walks away, and he gets up and stands near her. And he's like, "What?" And he keeps doing it, and she goes like, "Does he have a crush on me? Maybe I should. I mean, he doesn't look bad." And as she's about to say something, he's like, "Hey!" He walks away, goes like, and she's like destroyed. And that girl who showed up for like 3 minutes in one episode was voiced by Haruna Ikezawa, who was one of the girls in Hamtaro. Is Shimazu and Maria-sama, Shimazu in Maria-sama ga Miteru, which is like one of the biggest girls' love things ever. And she's Athena from KOF.
Really?
Yes!
Psycho Ball? Okay.
Psycho Ball, yeah! From 98. Everyone here is somebody. That's the first thing I wanted to talk about, like about the show, because fucking there's not a single person who says something who doesn't turn out to be somebody.
Oh yeah, you probably can't see me. I'm like rubbing my forehead, like.
Yeah.
Earlier.
Oh, you know what? You mentioned that rich girl, right? The rich girl that you did see at the end of the first episode. That's Madoka Yonezawa, and she did Ui from K-On!
Jeez.
Yeah, the little sister. Dude, when I was watching the show, I was like, why do I know all of these voices? And I started writing down, okay, this is the voice of this person. This is the voice of this. Like, I just named the characters, and then I looked up all the characters, and I was like, fuck!
What about the girl with the hair on her? I mean, the mole hair on the train.
I could not find a single thing about her. Like, I didn't see... Oh, you know what? No. She was done by Takagaki Ayahi also. She pulled double duty on that one.
Oh, the first double. Okay.
Well, I mean, like I said, Jun Fukuyama did 2 things. So some people do 2 things. But the point is, like, everyone. Everyone is somebody. And I just...
I guess that's what they wanted to do. I guess.
Yeah, like Motoharu is voiced by Yosuke from Persona 4, and he was also Shikamaru from Naruto. Like, and he's married to Yu Asakawa, who's another great voice actress. Fucking, and you know what? Yu Asakawa was the girl who did like the samples for Luca, the Vocaloid. So.
Oh really?
Yeah, and and Shotaro Morikubo is the guy who voiced Motoharu is married to her, and then they got divorced, I think. Yeah, they got divorced. But that was like fuck, man. Like this guy, all of these people, all of them are somebody. He was a Prince of Tennis and shit. Uh, I'm like almost out of breath and like out of excitement and just all of the people who were here that I'm like, I know you, I know you, I know you. And I feel that it's because like Square Enix and Sunrise were here, and it was early 2012, so they're like, fuck it, we got the money.
Let's get everybody on this show.
Who do people like? Alright, give me that list of people like. We're gonna go through all of those. Like, I think Inu Miya was specifically because Square Enix was there. They're like, Sora, he sounds cool. Put him in here.
We got Sora.
yeah. It's cool. Get him in here. Fuck it.
Oh my god.
Holy shit, man. Like, everybody was fucking here. It took a lot out of me to do all this research. But yeah, everybody here was somebody. So that's the first thing I wanted to say. Here's the second thing I wanted to say.
Okay.
So do you remember how you mentioned Tadakuni laying down and reading a book and seemingly not doing shit?
Yep.
Okay, so that happens at the beginning of episode 4. Do you notice? There's this thing that people have been saying. So do you remember how Tadakuni just kind of doesn't show up all that much after episode 4?
Kinda.
Yeah, like he just really doesn't show up. It's more focused on everyone else, like especially the student council guys.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah.
So here's the thing: there is in episode 12, which you didn't get to, so I'm telling you this because I remember seeing it. He is shown to be reading the book again as if he woke up from a nap.
Really?
So people believe that maybe episode 4 to 12 has been Tadakuni taking a nap.
What?
Yeah, so here's the thing. Ringo shows up in episode 2, but no one really talks to her except the student council guys, right? And Tadakuni hangs out with the student council guys. But, like, the first time she shows up, she's a relatively normal person. Every other time after that, she's a fucking disaster.
Yeah.
So, what they think happens, or what people have been saying, is Tadakuni, when he hung out with Karasawa and some of the other guys, like Motoharu, they probably mentioned her, and he was like, okay, cool, whatever. I think it's episode 10 or, like, 9, or it might have been one of the OVAs, but, like, there's a scene where two guys are talking about girls, and they perfectly describe Ringo, and they go, like, "Meh, girls like that don't exist." And they go, wait, is that like an actual joke about the fact that that everything we've seen about Ringo isn't real because episodes 4 through 12 didn't happen?
That's a really good theory.
Yeah, that's the other thing I wanted to bring up.
That would be a really good joke.
That'd be really that'd like be one of the most amazing jokes. As a matter of fact, and the first bit in episode 12 is the high school girls, Habara, Ikushima, and Yanagin showing up at the front of the episode because they're like, "Hey, we have to involve ourselves with the guys for once." So it's like, is it possible? Because then at the end of the episode, Tadakuni gets up and goes like, "Oh, yeah. My friends, I should go see them." Oh boy.
I think that's a really good theory, I'll say that.
That's a really interesting idea, isn't it?
I mean, it's so believable. Like,
Yeah.
the show just put that in there and be like, if you get it, fuck you.
Yeah, if you get it, then
you really wasted your time.
Yeah. But like that's just it. All right, so this is essentially us describing, like, just finishing up, because that's pretty much everything I had to say. Like I said, the show is just kind of bits. Yeah. Is there any bit in particular you want to bring up?
I think we covered most of them.
I mean, like we covered all the really big ones.
All the big ones.
All of them are great. So like if you want, you should really really watch the show. I would say like it'll hit close to home if you're a teenage boy. Like there's that part where they pick up a stick and start pretending to play a game, like they're in an RPG, and like I totally remember doing that.
Same.
Yeah, and like
five for holding it the wrong way.
yeah, he's like you gotta equip it. He's like, what do you mean? So what? I've been holding it like stabbing myself this entire time. It's like yeah, you guys are stupid. It's such a fun show. It's like it's a very nothing show. It's just kind of like day to day life. But I guess like if you're of the kind of person who experienced this or hung out with a lot of guy friends when you were younger, this feels super real. And like I said, the more I looked into this show, the more I was like, fuck, all of these people. Wow. All of these real ass people, and some of them it's like before they got super big. Like Yuki, by this point, she hadn't been working much. So when she blows up later on and is like on every other fucking show, it's like, yeah, that's what I wanted for you. I mean, like some of these people were in really really fun shows. Like I told you, I love Sayonara Zetsubou Sensei. Like it's my favorite show ever. And then Yoshitake's older sister is Ami Koshimizu, who I love. Omamori Himari. We both love Danganronpa. And I like Dog Days. So, like, yeah. Oh, man, there's so many people in this fucking show. Isn't that, like, nuts? How many people are in this show?
Yeah. And for such a nothing show. If it's like
such a nothing show.
Bleach or something, okay. But no,
yeah,
this is literally like everyday life of high schoolers.
The name of the show is Daily Lives of High School Boys. Danshi Koukousei no Nichijou. Just goof off and fuck around. And like the opening is such a fun song. And even the closing was like made by a 3-piece folk rock band that had been like a super group of folk rock groups, and that they broke up instantly after the show was over because they're like, I got nothing for you.
So the bands didn't go anywhere, but the voice actors did.
I was gonna say, like, the bands didn't go anywhere, but I liked them a lot. Like, that doesn't fucking change anything.
Yeah, sure.
My larger point is that, like, everyone here is somebody into some capacity I like. And then the show itself is something I love so much. And it brings back memories of, like, really fun times with my friends goofing off and doing dumb shit. It's just, like, the warmest feeling I could possibly get from such a dumb nothing show. Get what I'm saying?
Yeah. And
yeah.
The ending makes you like really think like, yeah, this could all be a joke.
And this could all be a larger joke about, well, of course, this is what a dumb high school guy would think about. Which is kind of fair.
Yeah.
Ah, man. Okay. Alright. Well, I have nothing left to say besides we have to figure out what kind of food it is. You got anything you want to share?
No. Yeah, let's say what food it is.
Yeah, this is another episode of me just going on and on and on and on and on because fuck, did I do some research for this one.
It's okay. Cause, like, I didn't realize the show had that much going on, but yeah.
Yeah. Alright. So, food. I want it to be like comfort food, like the kind of food you eat to make yourself feel better. Because like this show, I could watch this at any point, and I could just remember the good times in high school and also appreciate the show for what it is.
Alright, I'll say mine first, because I'm pretty sure you have something better, but...
Go
I was
for
gonna
it.
say it's like a nice sandwich.
Sandwich?
Yes.
Go on, explain.
So like... whenever you eat a sandwich, you kind of like remember like, oh, this is like... all the other times I had a really good sandwich. And mostly because you probably had a sandwich when you were in high school, like for lunch in the cafeteria.
Well, wait, I missed that first part because you laughed through it. What the fuck did you say? You never really eat a sandwich? Is that what you said?
Like a good sandwich.
What? Explain. No, you actually explained that idea. You like, never eat a good sandwich.
Some sandwiches are okay.
How do you remember good sandwiches?
But the like good sandwiches are like they really hit the spot, you know.
They stand out. Okay. Yeah. All right. See, that's the thing is you're saying that this show is all sandwiches in general. So to that end, I feel like you even saying some sandwiches aren't good. I don't feel like there's a single low point in this show, like at all. I mean that's probably just part of me having seriously experienced a bunch of this shit, but I've never felt a low point in the show. And then, like you said, some sandwiches aren't good, but the good ones stand out. I'm like, I don't know about that. That feels weird. This to me feels like a very nice, warm comfort food, the kind of thing that you can make for yourself when you're like, I don't really want to cook, but like this is nice. And it reminds you of so many other good times you could just sit and relax and appreciate yourself, or rather appreciate everything going on around you. You know what this is?
What?
This is warm soup on a like on a cold day. Like it's even more narrow than just soup, because soup when it's hot is more just about like soup, and it's hot outside is more just like I want to sweat and get this the fuck out. This is like you don't have to do anything. You're kind of just sitting at home. It's pretty chilly,
Oh,
so you just
what?
make yourself a bowl of soup, and then when you eat it, you're just like, yeah, this is good, and it's like comforting because it's the kind of shit your mom would make for you when she's like, are you cold? Do you want something? You want a soup? And it's like, yeah, ma. You know what? Why not? It's like that. It's that kind of like warm feeling, and because it's a soup, you can like put anything in it, and it fucking works. And this show is really nothing. Like you get a lot of calories from soup, and that has nothing to do with like it actually being a dense thing. It's more to do with like all the fats from the meats. But you can make soup out of anything. And I think like if there's anything that's like a proof that this show is basically Nabe, like a hot pot, where you just throw a bunch of shit in there and go like it's all good. And every single part of it's great. Alright, what were you gonna say?
Cup of noodles.
Yeah. But I feel like that's specific. I feel like that's
Type of cup of noodles.
what are you saying? Chicken? Shrimp? Where are you going?
All the cup of noodles. Like,
Oh, okay.
have like every flavor.
I feel like it's more like a nabe. Or like maybe you just don't like. Do you know what I mean when I say hot pot? Like nabe, like that.
Yeah, I ate hot pot. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like it's like that because it's like a warm thing, and it's like usually a group event, and like this is nothing if not you hanging out with your dumb friends. And the point of a nabe is you just bring shit to throw in it, and it works.
Yeah, you usually bring your friends there too.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. Like it's usually like a group event.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's a nabe. Yeah, it's a nabe.
And plus, you have some little like denser things and just like.
Yeah, well, some people put in some crazy shit, some people don't, and like all in all, it's a lot, and it's not really too much, but it having a lot is what makes it the best.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's nabe. That's what I settled on.
Okay, I agree with that.
Okay, so man, what a show, huh?
That was like, yeah, like I said in the beginning, really hit me back to high school.
Yeah, that was a good ass show, man. Well, that's Manga Palette for this week, I guess. Holy shit. Okie dokie. I mean, I hope you guys get it. No, I mean, you know what? You listen to us. You get it.
You guys get it.
You get it. Yeah, you get it. Why would you be listening if you didn't get it? Like, you're already in on episode 4, and you're like, I don't know why I'm listening to this. Come on, you get it. Oh, side note. This has nothing to do with us. This has more to do with you and I. No, we'll do it after the show. Okay, bye.
What? Okay, bye.
Yeah, that's dumb. Bye.
You guys get it. Bye.
You get it.